let's take a trip to Bungoma County, where every even year in August and December, you don't need Google Maps to know you've arrived. Just listen for the chinyimba ringing in the air. If you're unfamiliar, that's the sound of young boys crisscrossing the land, singing circumcision songs and jingling bells to let everyone know they are ready for the big cut. And no, it's not Christmas come early, it's time for Embalu, the grand Bukusu tradition of turning boys into men. Yep, it's circumcision time, baby. So picture this, semi-naked boys roaming the country in what can only be described as the most intense musical flash mob ever, all while prepping themselves mentally for a procedure that I'm sure doesn't show up on their Spotify Chill Vibes playlist. Yeah, not funny. These boys are ringing bells, not out of festive cheer, but as part of an overnight vigil known as Kuminya. Basically the Bukusu version of pulling an all-nighter before a big test, except instead of math equations, you're preparing for, well, circumcision. Now, let's talk about these circumcision songs. Apparently, these tunes aren't exactly top 40 hits, but more like best of anxiety-inducing playlist. Yeah. The only thing wanaanguka nayo ni hiyo foreskin. So because they make everyone nervous, initiates, parents, even the circumcisers, some of these songs are designed to hype the boys up before the big moment, while others are more like diss tracks, calling out community members who may have not handled their own circumcision with the poise of a seasoned warrior. Imagine getting roasted in a song about yeah. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. The history behind this whole tradition, legend has it that the Bukusu community started circumcising in the 18th century after their king, Mango Malule, killed a python that was terrorizing everyone. Yep, you heard me right. A giant snake slayer was the inspiration for this ritual. Apparently, this python had a habit of biting people on the head, so what was the solution? Put a steaming hot pot of porridge on your head, and because why not? The snake goes in for a bite and boom, porridge facial. You get it? Okay, Nisa. Now, after slaying the snake, King Mango was circumcised by the Sabaoti people as a reward for his bravery. And thus, circumcision became the ultimate test of manhood in Bukusu culture. And let me tell you, Maina, if you're 18 and still haven't paid the debt of Mango, you're officially labeled a coward. Mnyonge! You get it? Mnyonge, kunyonga. Okay. Not running away from the knife, Yeah, not running away from the knife. Fast forward to today, before the actual cutting, there's a pre-game ritual where the boy gets smeared with mud at a river, because nothing says I'm ready to become a man quite like a full body mud mask. And here's the kicker: if any other unsuspecting boy happens to stroll by the river at this time, well, congratulations, buddy, you're joining the circumcision party, whether you signed up or not. Talk about peer pressure. Yeah. Once the mud and grass headgear are in place, the initiate throws his bells and heads home, but not before dodging witches. Yes, Warogi. Apparently, you've got to take a different route home to avoid anyone casting a spell that makes the boy too scared to face the knife. I mean, who knew circumcision involves so much wizardry, right? But it's our culture. We love it the way it is. Yeah. Now, the actual cutting is over in about 10 seconds. That's faster than most people can decide what to watch on Netflix. Netflix and chill. I'm trying to keep it PG here. Yes, sir. And get this. If the boy happens to be a twin and his sibling is a girl, she gets a special treatment too. including being smeared with clay and having a banana leaf tied around her waist. No knife though, just the symbolic gesture of, hey, you're part of this too. But wait, there's more, of which I'm going to be talking about on the next episode when we talk about the Maasais and circumcising girls, Samburus and circumcising girls. Yeah, girls get circumcised in part of these communities too. So, yeah. Now, here's my favorite part. After the cut, the boy becomes an omufulu, a newly minted man, and the real fun begins. The boy can refuse to sit down until his dad gives him a special gift, and in the past, these gifts were the real deal. Bicycles, radios, cows. Well, none of that. Here's a pat on the back, son. Business, you earn this. Yes, sir. After a few days of healing and being fed special foods, no porridge for obvious reasons, the boys start strutting around the village like it's their own personal runway, catapult in hand, hunting birds and fruits, because what else would you do after surviving one of the most intense rites of passage known to man? And let's not forget the kubita, counseling sessions where the boys are taught valuable life lessons like usilale na mwanamke wa mtu, don't sleep with someone else's wife, and respect your elders, basic stuff, but with the weight of tradition behind it. Fast forward to 2024 and things are getting a little more high-tech. Circumcisers now have to be certified and trained in hygiene, thanks to the country's culture department. You can't just show up with any old knife. Each boy gets his own clean blade because, we are trying to prevent HIV and other diseases. Plus, the circumcisers get paid 1,000 Kenyan shillings per boy. I mean, who knew there was a gig economy for this sort of thing? And here's a fun fact. Circumcisers are strictly forbidden from having sex during the entire month of ceremonies. Apparently, it messes with their concentration. I guess it's one way to make sure no one loses focus at, a pretty critical moment. So, yes, if you're a circumciser, hakuna kuambia bibi akusetie ushande. For real. To wrap it all up, this ceremony isn't just about the cut, it's about culture, community, and growing into responsible adulthood. And as wild as some of these traditions may sound, they are deeply rooted in respect, honor, and let's be real, a bit of good old-fashioned toughness. Or should I say hardness? No? Okay. So here's to the Bukusu boys who face the knife and come out the other side, armed with life lessons and mud masks and a little less skin. So yes, sir, if you liked that episode, make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you comment down the comment section below. See you on the next one.